guys, my name is Shayla. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I talk about pregnancy, we talk about motherhood, we do things kind of natural, kind of eco-friendly, kind of granola. I started this channel traveling full-time, pivoted to mom content like 3 years ago. I feel like I'm the high school football star who is like, no, I was cool before. I used to travel full time. So I like to throw that in there. But now I have a podcast, Hey Shayla. I have an Instagram, Hey Shayla. Just got the little blue check mark. Feeling real fancy over there. We just got back from a trip to Colorado. Piney Lake, we were at a wedding. It was incredible. This was the first trip that we've taken with both girls, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Before I left, I tried to do a little vloggy video talking about what we packed, and this feels like, now I am guilty of this, like first time moms that are like, these are the things that you're gonna need for when the baby comes, and they make videos about it, and you're like, you don't have a baby, you have no clue what you need. So I did that when I was pregnant with my first, this is how I'm preparing. Today, I'm going to be re-watching the video that I made a week ago when I was getting ready to go to Colorado and tell you my naive, these are all the things we need to go traveling, and tell you what was helpful and what was not helpful, and then add a little extra stuff if we need to. The number one thing that I want to tell you, your mindset, how you think this trip will go is how it's gonna go. I was not stressed about the plane at all. When you're going up and down, you need your babies to be nursing, drinking out of a bottle, drinking out of a thermos, chewing something, gum, or just food or snacks or whatever. That will help so that their ears don't hurt. If they're old enough, Aaliyah's 3.5, she started saying, my ears hurt, I need food. We told her, your ears might hurt a little bit on the way up, you just need to keep drinking and eating. Obviously you can't explain that to her, so I just kept trying to nurse her on the way down. I feel like a freaking genius because I get a muslin blanket. I am sitting on the plane, I put the tray table down, stuff the blanket in this tray, close it, lock it. So now I've got this sheet. I go under there, nurse my baby. It's nice because then she doesn't have the blanket on her face, but I would go under there and it was a little place where I could have my baby, or I just made a wall this time. I don't get uncomfortable when I breastfeed in public, but I know it makes other people uncomfortable, so I just try and cover up. So that's up to you. I was not worried about the plane. I knew that I would be able to nurse her on the way up and down, her ears would be fine. I knew that Aaliyah would be fine. I knew that Aaliyah would be fine with the tablet. I just wasn't worried about it, and it was great. It was no problem. If you're super stressed about traveling with your kids, read Hunt, Gather, Parent. It just makes you stress way less about it. She's like, yeah, in Argentina, they keep their kids up till 1 on these holidays, or if they fall asleep, great, they just don't worry about the sleep. And I was like, what? Wedding day, I was like, it's so much past their bedtime. They're kind of losing their minds, but I know once the music starts, they'll kind of get into it again. And that's what happened. They were kind of losing it. Then the music started, they started dancing. They didn't go to bed till 9:30 or something, which is still not that late. I was not worried about it. I knew oh, they might have an early wake up, their sleep might be thrown off or whatever, but it was gonna be fine. Their sleep is gonna be wacko. Their eating is gonna be wacko. They might be wacko. Give them some grace. They're exploring. They're seeing all new things. This is super exciting. People are like, why would you do this? They're not going to remember it. Because I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember me taking my babies on these things. And they're going to learn how to adapt to different places. I just had a very positive outlook on all of it. I knew that it was going to be a little bit crazy. You're out of your element. You don't have a toddler-proof place to stay maybe. I don't know. It's worth it for me because traveling is a passion of mine. And so if your passion is skiing and you try and take your kids skiing and it lasts 20 minutes, you're still gonna be stoked because they did it. I just really thoroughly enjoyed going with them. Even though one day Seth was like, what is going on with them? I'm like, they're out of their element, man. This is just, they're fine. And I knew that we would go on less hikes because we planned a hike, but that day they were actually losing it. We weren't gonna push them. We didn't go on the hike. Your expectations are just that we're gonna try something new and roll with it. I want you to tell me, either before you watch or after you watch, what is something that you have to pack with? Some people said that they have to pack with black trash bags, which I wish I had, to cover the windows. I wish that I had that because it was pretty light in the room and I think that kind of affected sleep a little bit. Some people travel with their little training potty or whatever. Everyone's got their thing that they must travel with. Tell me yours because obviously my experience is just my experience and I want to know what yours is. Let's do it. So let's start. Hi guys, my name is Shayla. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, we talk about motherhood. It's just the intro. We'll fast forward this. What do you think? I'm doing a little vlogging because we are going to Colorado and so I'm just kind of prepping for it. I just made this, which is basically how I pack. I take my schedule and I say, okay, we're going Wednesday to Wednesday, and I write it out, and then I say the activities that we're doing each day, and then I write down the outfits that I'm going to wear those days. If I don't wear those outfits those days, fine. But I just write them down because I've got a pretty small wardrobe. So I know like what I want to pack. So I'll be like black leggings with pockets and my green tank top, and I just throw the sports bras and underwear all in there at once. And then what I do is I take those jean bottoms and the two shirts and I roll them up together so that there's an outfit like ready to go. That way I have an outfit. Because when I used to pack, I'd be like, I love this shirt, I love these pants. And I would get there and those things didn't match. And I had nothing to wear, and I had a lot of things that I didn't wear, but I brought. We've had a very busy week. So today is like literally TV day and tablet day and just like chill time. I've learned that balance. I used to feel real bad about these days because it's summertime and we're constantly like, I've definitely felt I used to have a lot of anxiety and guilt around TV time. And because we're so active in the summer, I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about that. Because I know that in the winter we're gonna get tons of screen time, but right now we're getting like none. Talk about being eco-friendly, and then I have that jug of coffee, like the Starbucks coffee. I'm a big, don't do it perfectly, but try. There's a phrase like, we don't need a handful of people doing eco-friendly and like low waste stuff perfectly. We need millions doing it imperfectly. So even though I talk about all these things, these changes that I've made, there's still changes that I need to make. So if you were like, okay, hypocrite, what's with this like coffee thing that you're drinking? Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe you thought that. Now I'm just addressing it that I'm not perfect, but I try. I just read somewhere that yellow is like the first color your eye looks for. So I'm putting them in yellow for the plane, both of them. We leave in a couple of days. And I'm just gonna kind of start packing things now as I go and adding to my list. Here we go. This is Aaliyah's yellow outfit. Esme will have, this is the only yellow thing I have for her. And then I'm bringing them an outfit change and me an outfit change. We don't really have blowouts or anything, but like things spill, things get messy. I'm also getting, I think I put it downstairs actually, but I have like a thermos for Aaliyah that covers the mouthpiece. Let's just go get it because I need to pack it anyway. I need to order one for Esme. I don't want something like this because that's just gonna touch everything in the airport, which I think is gross. So I have something like this. It can be not touching everything, but I only have one, so I need to get another one. So this is what it looks like right now. Aaliyah's is huge. Esme's is not as big, but like I said, I'm gonna organize it a little bit better just so it fits better in the suitcase. Day 100 of packing for traveling. I did not realize how challenging packing for a family would be. I traveled full time before I started this channel. But here's the thing is I do things on a whim. Like I don't plan a lot. I don't like research a lot. Like I haven't even looked at the weather and I'm just like, I'm just packing for it. I should probably look at the weather. When I did look at the weather, it was much colder than I thought. So then I started panicking because then I had to add things into my bag that are big, like sweatshirts and stuff. This is my janky little calendar. So we are going Wednesday to Wednesday. On the Wednesdays, we're gonna be out on plane. So I've got a plane outfit. For some reason, plane outfits, I just think they're nasty. As soon as I get to my destination, I like to change out of my plane outfit, and usually into my pajamas. What is fantastic is we're staying in an Airbnb with a washer and dryer. This was amazing. Amazing. Something would spill, no problem. I'm gonna wipe it up and then I'm gonna wash that thing. Their swimsuits were wet, I could dry them. We washed the plane outfit. When I left, I washed all the clothes, so I came home with clean clothes. It's not a make or break for me, but it is a massive bonus when the Airbnb has a washer and dryer. I didn't even know that. I didn't even think of that. We do cloth diapering. We do like 80-20. We do cloth diaper unless we're like out of the house for a long time or overnight. See? Not a perfectionist, doing it imperfectly, but still making an impact. I am not bringing cloth diapers to Colorado to do, even though we have a washer and dryer. I did bring a couple cloth diapers just at night for Aaliyah because she's potty trained. Like I have day of packing list, phone charger, watch charger, toothbrushes and toothpaste, sound machine because I'm gonna be using that up until we leave. Okay, how stressful is that first of all? So first we have to pack all the clothes and all the things. Then we have to remember like, oh yeah, I want the tablet for the car. I need to make sure I pack the tablet charger, which I forgot. We ended up buying one, so like there's a reminder. It's fine if you forget stuff. But you have to download all the things onto the tablet because then once you get onto the plane and you try to turn it on, it's like, oh, you needed to download this while you're still on Wi-Fi. Then I'm thinking, okay, car seats, cool. Oh, I have to fit them to the children because we just bought these like new travel ones. They're actually really nice. I'm gonna have all this stuff that I'm talking about in this video in my Amazon storefront. So if you go to HeyShayla.com/Amazon, you'll see like traveling with kids and all this will be in there. So we got these they're 7 pounds. They're so light, which is why we got them because the Kleck Foof is like 800 pounds. And we've traveled with it before. We're never doing that again. So we got them just travel ones that are super lightweight. So I had to fit them to make sure that when we got there, they were like ready to go. I didn't have to mess with that. So there's like all this like background, and I'm telling Seth all of this. I'm like, yo, it's not just like make sure you've got their outfits. It's like make sure that things are ready to go when you're ready to go. I bought little travel seats that have a tray on them so I can like sit them down in the thing. We've been practicing eating in them. I'm like, do I really want to pack that? Is that extra? Is that too much? But what my neighbor said is that she would put it in with the car seat because you get a free checked car seat. Okay. Two things. Those seats, I still have a love-hate relationship. The kids would sit down and eat a meal. And when you're traveling, it's really hard to get your kids to like actually eat, or you're like trying to feed them on the go. Plus, we're terrible at like sitting down at the table and like eating all together. I put them in their high chair. They know what to do. So that was nice. They did know what to do, and it was like it wasn't super messy, like, because otherwise I probably would have just been eating on the couch. I don't know, there was a table there. It's gonna be dependent on your family. If your kids are really good at sitting at the table and eating, probably don't need it. If you're like on the go and you're worried about them getting enough food while you're on vacation, first of all, don't worry about that. Second of all, because they won't. They're just gonna be preoccupied and they're not gonna eat as much as they should. So what I'm saying is, yes, I used them. Yes, they were super nice. I don't know if I would travel with them again. Putting something in the car seat. You have this car seat bag with straps on it, ideally. I put diapers in that bag, and I put these seats in that bag as well. We brought the car seats all the way to the gate on the way there because we did not want the car seats getting lost. And then we're at our destination and we can't go anywhere because we don't have car seats for our children. So we walk them all the way to the gate so that we check them at the gate and it's free. And then you pick them up at the gate. So you know that they're getting on the plane and you're getting them when you get off the plane. On the way back, we were like, well, if these car seats get lost, we've got car seats in the car when we get home. I don't want to carry them to the airport. So we check them right curbside immediately right there and did the same thing. And that time I was like, they might take out, because somebody was like, oh, I lost whatever, my life jacket or whatever when I tried to like sneak that in there, because technically you're not supposed to do it. But why am I complicating this? Because that's me. That's my personality. I like to complicate everything. As I'm doing this, I'm realizing that the girls have their dresses, because they're the flower girls. They've had them for a very long time, but they don't have shoes because we just get hand-me-downs or whatever. I'm the worst at like events because I don't like buying new things. I especially don't like buying things that I'm gonna wear one time. But this time I was like, no, I'm gonna find like a cute dress. I'm gonna wear that. And then I was like, shoot. Then I have to get the shoes and the jewelry and the whatever. Then I was like, oh my gosh, the girls have their dresses, but they don't have their shoes. So like 2 days prior, I'm running around trying to find them shoes. It was just a mess, but yeah. We're gonna have a pool. So I got her the floaties with the life jacket thing. She was like swimming around by herself. Okay, I'm on a mega budget mindset lately. You know when you get in these modes where you're like, don't spend any money unless it's absolutely necessary. That's where I'm at. Like, I'm like, I don't need that. So these floaties, I was like, they're like $25 at Target. But we were at a pool and she was using them and she was like floating and swimming around by herself. And I remember using them when I was little. They've come a long way. They're not just on your arms. They're like the whole life jacket. It's great. And my sister was like, buy it. And it's bulky. I was like, I don't want to pack this. I'm so glad that I bought it and that I brought it. She just jumped in the water and I felt clearly was with her nearby at all times. But she swam so great. And then I had another one for Ezzy that you could just plop her in. You have to be a little closer with her because she could wiggle out. But she was floating too. I was like, this is absolutely, if you are somewhere where you're going to be like in water or by a pool or whatever, yes. I don't think they're for boating. I think they're specifically for the pool. I cannot recommend them enough. My neighbor was like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that with my first kids, but that's a complete game changer. So much so. So it's just a constant battle of like, will that be worth bringing? Like that I feel like would, because then you could go to the pool and not have to like hold her the whole time and not be super concerned. But the foldable chairs, I don't know. And then like, do you strap your kid in the car seat in the plane? The concern for me is that she's gonna be like, why? I don't want to sit in this anymore. And now we've got this giant car seat here and she's like, no, I don't want to sit in it. So I'm borrowing my friend's Cares harness. It's like a 5-point harness. Okay, I did a little B-roll action of me showing you how this works. And this Cares harness is fantastic because I didn't want to carry on the car seat. This like gave her a place to be. It was like her car seat. She knew that when she's in this, she sits in it. It was great. It was great. One tip that I got from somebody that, a friend of mine that travels a lot. So when they're like, okay, anyone with kids can board early. Don't board with your kids early. That's like 45 minutes in. Your kids have to sit on the plane that they don't need to. But have one parent, if you've got 2 adults, have one adult go on first, set up the Cares harness, Put the car seat in if you're doing the car seat thing. That's the thing that a lot of people are doing now. Maybe get some snacks ready. Put your bags away. I wish I had left my bags with Seth because he was the last to board, and so he got to do the free checked bag because we just want to get rid of our bags, right? So I actually went on with Aaliyah because if you give her a tablet, she's chill. She'll play the game, she'll watch the show. I set up her CARES harness, and then I got her on the tablet. We got a snack going. I got the bags under, like everything was ready. He got on, I took the baby, he sat there, we were chill. Leah has one packing cube, Esme has another packing cube, all pack in one packing cube, probably two. Seth will have one or two that will all go in this bag, and then we've got like the monitor and sound machine. And then we made sure we got an Airbnb that had a door. We learned our lesson with the studio that we had rented. We want them to be able to go to sleep, shut the door, and then like be able to watch TV or just like hang out with each other and not be like in a hotel room with sleeping babies. That was a quick jump. Where did that? This is how my brain works. Hopefully you're just catching little things here and there that are helpful. I like carrying my kids because that makes me hands-free. Aaliyah can walk, that she'd be fine with that. But I'm bringing a carrier for Aaliyah too because I have one for toddlers that she actually really enjoys, and that's very comfortable for me. So we got one for Ez, one for Aaliyah. The carrier that I use is called Secura Bloom. It's like $300. It's not cheap. It was my uniform with my second child because I could put her in there. She would fall asleep. She'd be happy. She could nurse. I could never really figure out the nursing while wearing it. But ideally, she's just in there. She's content. She's happy. I am like hands-free so I can do all the things. And Aaliyah is like, okay, my mom is paying attention to me, not just like trying to wrangle the baby. So recommended. I loved it. I also did the Boppy sheet carrier. That was a really good one too if you're like need not a $300 carrier. But the $300 carrier, I still put Aaliyah in. She's 3.5. They lay on the back so they can see out. It's great. I really love the carrier. But I wore Ezzy in it. She didn't sleep on the plane. But once we got off and we were like on the train and stuff, she fell right asleep on me and it was glorious. And then you don't need the stroller unless you really want the stroller. The stroller is nice, but I just wanted less things. Aaliyah has one of these. And she'll be just fine on the plane. It will entertain her for a very long time. I knew that Ezzy would want to watch and that Aaliyah would not want to share with Ezzy. So on Amazon Prime Day, I got another one. So now I have to set this up, make sure that the apps and videos are downloaded. Then I got them these. TBD on these. They seem like a good idea, and now I'm not so sure, but they're headphones. Not a good idea. Don't recommend those. I didn't really know how to like connect them. One didn't connect. They seemed like a good idea. They weren't. I would not recommend those headphone things. Esme, my second, does not watch TV. Was not interested in the tablet in the least, but I knew that she'd be clicking on Aaliyah's, so I got hers, and I know that eventually she'll want one, so I was like, I'm just gonna get this on Prime Day. They're always on sale. Don't buy those tablets unless you buy them on sale. So it worked out because I forgot the charger, so I had 2 fully charged ones for Aaliyah. I need to pack for myself. And I need to bring my computer because I have some work that I'll need to get done quickly, unless I can get it done tonight. That'll be the goal. I think that's all I got for now. I think that's it. So I didn't get my work done and I didn't bring my computer. So if you pay attention closely, I usually post on Tuesdays. I think this video is going out late too. That video didn't go until like Thursday because I didn't bring my computer. I just decided I wasn't gonna do it. So I also wrote some other notes that I want to talk about really quickly. So we're going airport. In the airport, yellow apparently is the first thing that your eye sees when it looks for things. Put them in yellow outfits. Someone said take a picture of your kids so that if they do run off, you can be like, this is what they look like, this is what they're wearing. I've also heard if you lose your kids to say, I'm looking for a little girl in a yellow dress. Instead of being like, Aaliyah, Aaliyah. No, I'm looking for a little girl in a yellow dress, pigtails, so that that can get spread and people can look for that little girl in a yellow dress. Carrier, game changer, love it. Car seat at the gate on the way there to make sure that we had it, and then curbside on the way back because we didn't necessarily need it. One parent goes on first, one parent goes on last. Airplane, CARES harness. Pretty expensive. Highly recommend. Maybe go halvesies on it with somebody that you know has a kid that also will use it and travel, and then you guys can use it back and forth. I borrowed it from my friend and I will be buying one. She also said to go on Marketplace and instead of like having your search be like local 10 miles, just do shipping and then look for somebody who will ship it to you. The water bottle with the cover, because we've got the 360 water bottles and I was like, that's just gonna be touching everything in the airport, and airports just really, I really think they're disgusting. Bring an extra outfit for the carry-on in case something gets spilled because they're sitting on your lap. So if it gets spilled on them, it gets spilled on you. It can be a disaster. Obviously snacks. I'm the worst with snacks. Everyone's better at snacks. Tablet, set up before you leave. Airbnb, highly recommend. The washer and dryer, highly recommend a pool. It just gives you something to do without having to actually leave. We hiked significantly less than we thought we would. Did we even hike? We didn't really go on a hike. It was a weird time. At the pool, the floaties are a must. Infant floaty, also fantastic. It folds down to like super small. Having a bedroom with a door, Those chairs, that's gonna be an individual decision. All this is an individual decision. But those chairs, I just don't know that I would pack them again. Sound machine and like the camera. Our camera that we have is amazing because we do floor beds, so we need it to like move so we can find them wherever they are. We have one with 2 monitors so that we have one in their room, one in our room when we co-sleep, whatever. I love our monitor. It does not hook up to Wi-Fi. So at one night we were up at cabins where there was no service, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. It didn't matter. They talked to each other and they worked. And I like that because then nobody can hack into it, as far as I know. But we didn't use the camera other than that night because we were in a small Airbnb, so when they cried, I just went in there, it was fine. I'm trying to think of anything else that I am really glad that I brought or did not bring. Bath toys. I went and got the measuring cups from the kitchen of our Airbnb, put those in there for them, and like some plastic cups just so that they could play with stuff. Diapers I just put in the car seat bags, and then we ended up buying more. And again, mindset. Mindset is everything. How you think it's gonna go is how it's gonna go. Go into it thinking, I'm trying something new. I'm not looking for perfection or for my kid or like judging my kid when they're not acting right. No, this is all new. This is all, can be hard, but this is all so exciting. Please share with me like your must travel with kids thing, because this is just my experience and I wanna know what yours is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Mwah.